I'm 17. I've been coming to CAMHS for about 2-3 years now for my ADHD. I'm currently studying in St Helens College on a nursing cadetship.
My name's Jen, I'm 18, I live in St Helens and I've been coming to CAMHS for 4 years. I'm currently at college studying dual health and social care and biology. I live at home with my mum and dad. I have a passion for the medical field and hope to go into the future, and I've also been dancing ballroom dancing for 12 years.
I'm Ellie and I've been coming to CAMHS for about 4 years now. I live with my nan and I go to Broughton Hall High School.
I see myself in my final year of university studying mental health nursing, so I'll be just doing my own thing really, so getting a good idea of what the profession is.
In 3 years' time, I hope to be at university in Hull or Mid-Manchester or Liverpool, studying to be an ODP, which is Operation Department Practitioner, so like helping in theatre and helping the surgeons and anaesthesiologists and that.
I see myself living independently with students or friends. I want to be civil with my family and that, and I want like a nice social life, and I want to continue with my St John ambulance and also go to college or uni and work part-time.
I'd like to have a good social life, like a good group of steady friends to help me get through it all, a struggle if I don't have someone there to depend on. So hopefully when I go to university with other people on the course, I'll be able to like connect and bond with them. Mostly with my ADHD, I struggle with sensory overload, so I need support in managing and controlling that because I'm worried if it affects my life in the future.
But I think knowing where to go if my mental health was to go downhill, so knowing who to speak to or who to email or whatever to get the help before I got to crisis point.
Well, just someone that understands and knows the methods of controlling it and managing when they happen. Well, say in situations where you can't, so if I'm on a ward and going cardiac arrest, I can't exactly just freeze on the spot. I need to learn how to control it. Or even with having a family, you can't, if you've got a child crying, you can't just walk away from them to calm down. So it's a major worry for me.
And having the worry of like, well, how long am I going to have to wait for help? So not worrying, well, I waited like a year and a bit to access CAMHS, so am I going to have to wait a year and a bit to access another service if I were to need it in the future? If I had a really long wait, my worry would be that I might get really ill.
Just support for adults and like adult services and that, just because not many people know that they're out there and that you can access them.
I found it quite interesting. I really feel being part of the system, the young people, they've been quite eloquent about the issues they face, the uncertainties about the future, transitioning from one service to another and finding their feet, and most importantly, accessing the services.
I thought it was quite refreshing really, because we don't often ask people who use the services what they want really, and I think the three people involved, you're all describing looking at things in a holistic way.
It was really interesting actually. I think very important issues, and it really brought it home to me about how complex and difficult the transition period is.
we're not sure that having a separation between adult and child services is really a very good thing for people when they're developing, and we're not sure that 18 is the best kind of age to move young people from one system to another, and wondering why it might be better just for a young person who has mental health needs to get the support from the same place until those needs have been resolved.
But what struck me was some of it was around your confidence to achieve that, and what you were asking for was not just around your mental health, but how you could develop yourselves to do that. And I think that's really interesting, because if we get that part right, we can optimise your mental health for the future.
The other idea was just thinking about how little we know in this service about. That was really important to hear, actually, or to think about, is that young people are facing the unknown, and we're not helping them very much because we don't know enough about adult services either.
I think it's a bit around, I think, thinking more carefully about how we reconfigure services. Perhaps thinking about that age cut-off and giving that a bit more thought. Is 18 the right age? Do we need to wait until maybe a bit later, when young people have had the opportunity to start off on life after college or after school, to see and understand what the challenges are?
There is a lot needs to be done. One thing I understand is involving the young people more with the service development or service building of the services. That's one thing. Second thing, a proper communication, proper and timely communication between different agencies, different services.
I've often thought, and this is a view that we shared in our little working group, that there shouldn't be a transition age, that it should be one system, and we should be working, sharing skills across services much better, so that what we do good at in CAMHS, those skills might be useful for adults, and some of the things that the adult services are very good at and we're not so good at might be useful for young people.
Joint working together, different services for providing a holistic care to the patients, and information, giving timely information, a proper care plan, what they need to do, who they should contact, and what proper advice that should be there.
What has come out today is the holistic approach is really important. How we transfer some of those skills, those coping strategies you learn around your mental health into other areas of your life will be a very important thing to focus on.
It is important to listen to what young people have to tell us and keep listening. And young people like yourselves, who have gone through the experience of being involved with services, and use that listening in an active way, and to help us to make changes about actually the service that we provide.
I feel that the professionals from the workshop really took on board what we said and got the messages that we were trying to put across to them. Being involved in this project has helped me as a person with my confidence and my life experiences, but I also feel like it's given me the chance to get my voice heard by professionals who have the power to change the services, so I like to think that my opinions will help change CAMHS services for the better in the future.